Your boy More Black.
And Gee.
Young Dev.
The nerds. In the hood.
In the hood.
In the hood. So let's just tell you how it's going down. We're coming to you live on Instagram Live. We also record this show and it gets taped later on YouTube, later in the weekend. Also Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, which I just found out. I'm still looking to find that. I'm looking to find it because I saw it on there. Spotify, if I didn't say that, but I'm going to say it again. And Overcast as well. We got a lot of things to talk about. This was an interesting 7 days that has passed here at Nerds in the Hood, here in the world, actually, not even just with the three of us. If you've been not just reading the news, if you've been looking through your social media or Googling, you can just tell that the world has been wilding for respect. We usually try to make a segment called the Wilding for Respect Report, but there's no need. There's no need. It's just been a lot of wilding for respect that's been happening over this week. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into some of the stories that happened, talk about it from our experience, talk about it from our perspective. And if you agree or disagree, write something in the chat, you know what I'm saying, right? And we'll try to see if we can respond to it once we finish our opinions, of course. So the first thing we're going to talk about is obviously the main event story. We're just going to get it out the way right now because this is the biggest story that has happened all week. Two of the biggest stories that's happened all week. But the first one is we gotta. This is something that we were doing before we had Dev on the show, and me and Ant, we were doing this because it was very funny, and we just stopped because we didn't really see any in a while. But we had to bring back the Hood Heroes. We got to bring this back. I know I surprised you with this, but we had to bring this back, bro. Last time we had Hood Heroes, we had the guy that we had the Phoenix Suns guy that beat up somebody in the Denver arena and then said Suns in 4, and then the Suns ended up winning in 4. We had that. So that was one of our Hood Heroes. That's just an example. We mean like somebody peeps their hood and was just like, they was a hero to their community. Because they was a hero to Phoenix.
This was a segment?
It was a little sun we did. Because it would just happen so fast. But as you can see, that was like 2 years ago. Because now Denver got their revenge. So, but we talking about the Hood Heroes in the good city folk in the city of Montgomery, Alabama, that decided to save a security guard that was getting jumped because he was doing his job. He was doing his job.
Yeah, this shit has been so fun.
He's 65 years old.
He was 65?
65. That's word on the street.
Fucked up.
65 years old.
He got some rocks in though.
No, he was getting some punches in.
He had to.
He was getting some punches in, but the joke is that once he realized he was about to get jumped, he threw his hat in the air. Like what are was that the red shot joint? The flare gun.
It was a fucking bat signal.
Yeah, it was a bat signal.
My son called out for reinforcements.
Yeah, and black people were looking and apparently came to his rescue, including a man who jumped off a boat.
That's the best part.
And swam across.
That swim is love. It's like, yo, I'm helping this man. I'm helping this man.
Hopped up and beat people up.
Yo, my son was in there swimming.
He German suplex somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. I was like, yo, this dude just rock bottom this dude.
Like, he German suplex somebody. So
that fight got better and better. Like the more you watch, it's like, yo, what is happening?
Yeah. So we gotta talk about this. So it was a whole thing. We don't want to tell the whole story, but long story short,
I'm pretty sure people have heard it.
Yeah, you probably heard the story by now. Long story short, Cliff Notes. If I'm getting something wrong, it's Cliff Notes. Anyway, the guy was trying to tell these other dudes that they had to move their boat because they had a cruise boat pulling up to dock. And they were like, all right, we're going to move it. They never moved it. When he warned them to move it, they got upset, argued with him back and forth. Eventually, fight breaks out. He ends up getting jumped because the guy and his homies were dickheads and they came to try to jump him. Hence,
white on black crime.
Yeah, the community saw it.
And they came to help. Old boy.
Community saw it and they...
What was even better about that? They were still fighting with the cops right there, like in front of them. I was like, yo, no, these don't give a fuck. They really trying to beat the bricks off him. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
that whole fight is just wild. You see different angles just caught like of different angles of the fight. You see somebody that's out on the casino boat like filming from up top, and you see the girl get her hat cracked with the fucking with the chair, and I'm like, yo, every angle is like mad funny, son. It's just that was a wild fight.
It was.
That was a wild fight.
Yeah.
Nah, it's definitely dope. The one that got the number one fighter to me though is homie who swam. I don't care what anybody.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nah, he was the ultimate
who swam
Olympian.
is OD. All right. He said he had no other choice. The fastest route was straight ahead.
It's like, nah, I'm not letting.
You couldn't run around.
But I fuck with that. It's like, I'm not letting this dude get jumped.
I'm pretty sure he
I'm
jumped in Tim's, bro. I put money on it.
I was like, nah, yo, he has to know that dude getting beat up. Because ain't no way my son.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way my son was like, yo, I'm just gonna jump in.
They did the security guard dirty.
Nah, they did.
No, they did dirty. They shouldn't have jumped.
But then afterwards, the whole shit escalated to a whole nother level.
Turned to the Royal Rumble.
They did, bro.
Now, five white guys beating on one black cop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was over.
One black dude. Yeah, exactly. And then, second place outside of the guy who swam across was the man who decided to come in with a chair via Stone Cold Steve Austin and just start swinging. Why not?
Because he hit a chick.
Oh, right, bro. He did hit a chick. Well, everything, outside of hitting the chick, he was cracking skulls.
Yo, I think there was someone.
As soon as
he said like, "Yo, honestly, I just blacked out."
Oh yeah.
As soon as he hit the chick, and I saw the cops arrested, I'm like, damn, he's the only one that's about to get in the real trouble.
In front of the cop.
Oh yeah, the cop was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, because and other people got arrested, but they all were probably gonna be like, "Come on, man!" But homie slapped her with a chair twice.
They were fighting with the cops in front of them.
Now you know what was crazy? A group of people after all of that took pictures with the chair.
Yo, nah, they've been wilding with the
the chair memes.
These have been too crazy.
The chair memes every day.
Michael Phelps for real.
Yeah, Michael B. Phelps was definitely involved. Shout out to my boy Panda. What's up, bro? But yeah, he definitely was involved. Yo, homie swam across. That's it. And if he wasn't Tim's, we gotta rewatch that video because if he wasn't Tim's, that's some. You a real superhero, bro. You a real hood hero. Because in Tim's, that's some work in the water. He's like, these are waterproof, I don't care. But the guy that was cracking skulls, he was wild. But in the interview, he said, this is not verbatim, but he did say basically, I thought about when they made Rosa Parks go to the back to take a seat. So I told that woman to have a seat. I said, oh my Lord.
No, he didn't say
Yeah, I sent you the video.
Yes, he said that.
I sent you the video. I told her to have a seat.
Nah, he didn't Rosa Parks, so I let her have a seat.
I'm serious.
Yeah, legit.
I'm serious.
You sent it to her.
Yeah, I sent y'all the video today.
Alabama.
Matter of fact, it's not copywritten, so we could get away with playing the clip because it's not a long clip. So we could definitely get away with playing.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw that video, I was like, "What Ozark ass place is this?"
It did look like it did look like some Ozark stuff was about to go down.
Yo, it's like, yo, casino on the water is real.
It did look like some Ozark stuff.
I mean, carnivals already have casinos, but
yeah. It's not copyrighted yet, so we can get away with this clip, folks. One time for the one time. I got y'all. Don't worry, it's quick.
Oh, the lady that you hit, she was just walking by. She was about to probably get a cold drink, and you just popped her.
So this is the end of it.
Why?
Yeah, I blacked out. I blacked out. Emotions was running high. And all I remember when I saw that lady, all I could picture was that day they wouldn't let Rosa have a seat. So I gave her ass a seat.
I told you.
He did that for the radio.
So it's for the radio.
Yeah.
So I let her have a seat.
The cloud chase is real.
Cloud chase was real. So that's what
he definitely getting sued.
Yeah. He said he's definitely getting sued.
Yeah, he definitely getting sued.
They're gonna be charges.
They're gonna have footage of her trying to break up the fight, never even hit one swing, and you came and clapped her with a chair. That was you're done, kid.
You're done, kid. Even in wrestling, when a woman gets hit, they be like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Nah, but he folded. Yo, he
folded her. He folded. He shouldn't have.
Nah, I felt bad.
He shouldn't have. No, you're right.
Everything was pretty funny. Not really, but it was pretty funny for a while until that, and I was just like, nah. They threw one girl off the dock into the water. You saw that girl in the first video? What? She was fighting in the back with two chicks, and then right when they were done watching her, they just threw her off the dock. I sit down and scared too gangster.
You gotta go.
And then she was swimming, and she was kind of small. So to pull yourself out of the water onto a dock, the dock is like, that shit drop you like here. Like you down here, and the dock is like here on you sometimes. So you gotta muscle up. And it's a C1, so that shit be having barnacles and shit on the side of it and be fucking your shit up. You gotta get pulled up. But nah, that's
wild.
That whole fight was next level.
Yeah. I hope the lady is okay, but also that man should have got jumped.
You know what should have got jumped? It's August 12th now.
I was like, what? Were you trying to segue into promotion for the party? Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, what?
You know what's gonna get jumping? Our party, nigga.
Okay, fine. If you want to do it that way. Don't hit nobody with a chair. But bring a chair this Saturday, August 12th, to the last stop. Our party is going down.
If you just tuned in, the reason we are live today is to promote the greatness. August 12th.
Oh, man.
Nurse 100. The last stop.
Oh, man. Yeah. We didn't want to spend too much time on that story because it is a tough story all around. But it is a hilarious story nonetheless because without the lady getting cracked, like Ant said, you can at least laugh at somebody getting thrown in the dock. You can laugh at the dude swimming across to save somebody else. You can laugh at those things. Thankfully,
the rest of it was a fight.
Right, and nobody died.
They were wrong for jumping that guy, but
yeah,
after that, it was just a fight.
It was just a brawl. It was just a brawl that got crazy. And you see the memes already. The memes are crazy.
I really feel like in the beginning, the cops was really about to let that shit be like, come on, guys, everybody just stop. And then it just got too crazy. He was like, all right, we got to start arresting people here.
Yeah, bust out the tasers.
Is he on a chair?
Get the taser.
Get the taser. Let's go. And we know if the shoe was on the other foot, it would have been a worse situation. So we're just happy nobody died. And we're happy nobody got super brutality from police and stuff like that. But again, if it's controversial, we're not stepping in over that line. We're just keeping it to the funniness of like this was a crazy thing that had it broke the internet. It broke the internet because it was everywhere. Everywhere you looked, outside of artists going on concerts or sporting events, anything, movies that came out, you wasn't even worried about that. You wanted to see that video of somebody getting slapped up. So we are going to move on to more somebody who to me is not a hood hero because this was Wild for Respect at the highest levels. Which was the Twitch streamer Kai.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even Kai Cenat. Yeah.
Kai Cenat.
If you're not aware, once again, these were already in the news, so we're a little late to the party, but better late than never, as I always say. So if you're not aware, this guy went on Twitch, told people he was giving away PS5s, and obviously PS5 is a hot commodity. It's an expensive console. He was giving it away, no money down, 000, and he told people to pull up to a certain spot in Manhattan, and people pulled up.
14th Street, Union Square, mind you.
14th Street, yeah.
That had to have been the dumbest.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I don't think he knows how much reach he had, but now he found out.
Now he found out. He fucked around and found out.
Like to just say pull up somewhere, and you know how many followers you got.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
And Dev is right. If you're a New Yorker, or you've been to New York a few times in your life.
You can do that shit smack dab in Union Square, like 14th Street.
Yeah, 14th Street is already a little busy during the day as is. So to tell people to pull up at a certain time, to be expecting something for free, that's crazy. So the riot broke out.
I was at Times Square when that shit happened too.
Really?
Yeah,
so you weren't far?
Yeah, I was down there. I was at my job, some job event thing, and I was watching on the news, and I'm like, it's like, what the fuck is all these cameras? And then I see on flash news everywhere that people just jumping on cars, like people were running in the street, doing some other stuff, and yeah, but it's weird. It makes no sense. But why would you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So and yeah, riot broke out. Cars was getting destroyed. Property was getting destroyed. It was crazy. So here's my question to you guys: do you think he actually had PS5s to give away?
I think he had PS5 and he had like gift cards too. I think. I don't know, but I would assume he probably did. What, you think he might have been a stud?
I feel like
wait, what? Oh, the PS5 part, right? So that's what I was wondering, right? After all of that,
I don't know
did
if
anyone get a
PS5. Why would I think not?
No.
He just said, "Yo, pull up," and then when he got there, it was already crazy.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty much what happened. He got there and shit already went crazy.
I mean, he got arrested now.
Right. So that's it. But that's what I'm saying. My question was, do you think he had any? Do you think there was any in his...
Yeah, I think he did.
I mean, he went down there, so I would assume so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down there empty-handed, but did he expect that turnout? I don't know. But again, you should know that. Like you see how many followers he got. He's a big name on
He didn't actually he does have the on his side factor that he didn't actually try to start a riot. Like he never once was like, yeah, let's fuck shit up or like shit like getting crazy. So
but since he's running it, it'll
he
they try. That's definitely one of his
come.
charges.
Yeah,
that's definitely one of his charges.
Yeah, he's. I mean, but he didn't. He wasn't on the. He wasn't like on a bighorn talking about like, yo, what's good, rallying people up. He literally just said something on the internet way before, and then everybody went over there.
Yeah, he just. Yeah,
he did.
It was just handled poorly, and he didn't realize what
it was all the little kids
was. Yeah,
it was.
I mean, there was a good amount.
You saw the video he put out after.
No, what was the video?
That pretty much. He just went on his Twitch stream, pretty much telling them like he's disappointed. He wasn't like that wasn't his intention. What happened? Pretty much trying to clean up the situation. And he said he I think that this was his live video, and I guess he said he's not gonna be doing like live streams because he said like he has court cases popping up, so he's gonna have to be in court. So and he can't really talk about it. Just yet. But he just told me, he's like, all I can tell you is I'm facing charges, so now I gotta take a little break from the streaming shit. But yeah, he was just pretty much saying he's disappointed in his fans, and it's like, all right, bro. But then you gotta take some responsibility a little bit because it wasn't planned properly.
But his fans are little kids, and he low key his gimmick is chaos, right? Have you ever watched some of the clips from his shit? He went from this dude that was live streaming from. I'm pretty sure he's from Edenwald, right? He's from the Bronx. Yeah, you didn't know that? Kai's from the Bronx.
He is?
Y'all didn't know that?
I know that.
No,
I don't follow him like that.
I've
heard of him. I don't know his backstory.
I'm almost 90% sure that he's from Edenwald.
That's why we need Riot to look the shit up.
Look it up. I feel like he's from Edenwald. In our hood, he's from our hood. But when he started off, he was just doing his little videos in his crib, and then he moved into his own crib, and he moved his team over there with them. But once he moved the team, I feel like his show got more to let's just get crazy. He has one episode where they're shooting fireworks, straight up whole fucking explosion fireworks in his crib. The big shits like mortars, bro, at each other, in the crib. Nigga just blasting that shit. Bro, there's one clip that he shoots it across the room, down the hall, he's shooting it across the room, and it goes through a door, and the same door that it goes through, his man's runs through that door, and then you just see bad lights back there, and all the captions say, "Yo, hope he died." Yo, but
that's no funny. Yeah, he wild out for that.
Where's he from? He's from New York, right?
It just says New York. I can't really find the exact.
Just put Kai the Bronx. See Kai
the Bronx.
Yeah, Kai's streamers from the Bronx. Let's see if it comes up.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah,
keep going. Yeah, it says from the Bronx. You're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from our hood, bro. He's right there from Cardinal Spellman, that side, Big Chester, Edenwald.
That's wild. I know that.
Yeah, but yeah, he, I feel that he's doing this thing. The riot shit, too bad. Sorry, buddy.
And you just gotta be careful nowadays.
The internet's a powerful place, bro. But people like that shit. They like that chaos shit, especially when they go to places like that.
That's it. I mean, that's just a young crowd, man. All these you see shit like this, and then you think about the Travis Scott shit that happened. People in big groups haven't been in the best situations.
They be bum rushing.
Bum rushing, yeah. And it's New York. He shouldn't. I mean, he's 21, so I guess in his mind he was like, "Yo, this is gonna be lit. Mad people gonna pull up. They're gonna stand in a line in orderly fashion." I think in his mind he thought that, but in reality, you gotta remember this is the Bronx, man. You watch rap videos, them shits be imitating life sometimes. It just be mad dudes standing in front of a deli jumping around, doing drill dances. What do you think's gonna happen when you pulled up? Niggas gonna be standing there doing the same thing, but they were doing it on people's cars. Yeah. That's the part that had me wild.
Yo, that was.
Why would you jumping on a car for a PS5?
If I'm in Manhattan driving and oh my god, if somebody just jumped up on my
car,
I'd
be upset, bro.
I'd be like, bruh, what are we doing?
I'd be like, my car already crappy enough. Please don't jump on it. Please, what? Yeah. What was the point? And you gotta give him I give him this. He has over 6 million Twitch subscribers. and over 4 million YouTube subscribers. So eventually, that's 10 million. If you don't think that they're all subscribing, both like people are subscribing twice, but that's 10 million subscribers on 2 platforms combined. That's a lot of people. It could have gotten worse if it was 10 million different people.
He's from New York. You know, you got a lot of New York fan base.
Yeah. And in my mind, the New York part of me was like, I don't think, like, if one person came to get a PS5, I don't think he was leaving with one PS5. If you're a New Yorker, you pretty much understand what if you're from the hood, forget it. You pretty much knew where I was going with that. I don't think he was trying to leave with one PS5. I think he was trying to leave with more. I think that's why I rioted too. They was like, we were here to steal from you, bro. We weren't here to get the one and say thanks.
You should have block pulled up like,
yeah.
We need all this.
We need all that. Give me all that. I'm flipping it. I don't care. Some of us will keep it, the rest will flip. Yeah. So it probably would have happened that way. I wasn't hoping for it. But I was just thinking like, yo, you doing a PS5 giveaway, bro? Come on, man. That's just it's insane. So yeah, shout out to that, man.
I mean, hopefully, no one got hurt during the whole thing anyway.
I don't think so.
I think it was just, people just acting a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Just gotta do better, yo. You gotta do better.
He got arrested and got out all in the same day, but the New York Police Department is trying to hit him with a lot of charges.
He's gonna get some charges.
Yeah, they said he's gonna get some charges.
He better have some good lawyers.
Yeah, for right now, he got charged with 1 felony. First-degree riot. He caused public injury, caused damage. Geez, look at this picture.
Yeah,
look at him standing on top of the thing. Yeah. Like, what was going on? So, yeah, you're right. He said it was never my intention for things to happen the way it happened. He said he will have to chill for a little bit from his appearances on social media because he has court dates that he got to appear to. Yeah. And then he had the audacity to say some of his followers need serious counseling.
Yeah. He said, y'all need help. Come on, bro. That's like the Doja Cat. The Doja Cat. You heard about the Doja Cat incident with him and his friends? Her fans that, someone asked her like, oh, Doja, tell us you love us. She was like, y'all don't know y'all. I don't love y'all. Like, that was her response back to him. Which is valid.
It's valid.
Which is valid.
Love is a strong word.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, I don't really know y'all. It's like, people be acting a fool as some, fangirl and fanboying over, over a celebrity, and they don't know how to act at certain times. Like, come on now. But then again, that's when you in that type of business,
yeah,
you're gonna run across a couple crazy people. Like,
yep. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, this is insane.
That was a wild sight. That was a wild sight. That's why I'm like, he was wilding for his fact. Yeah. And to say people need counseling, this is New York, bro. We all need counseling. You've been in New York long enough. You've taken the train at least once in your life. You know what we go through. People be screaming on the train, fighting on the stairs to the train. It's always insane. So it's just like, come on, man. You can't act like that. You cannot act like that. But we're gonna move on. We're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna spend too much time on these moments because they're crazy. But one moment I know a lot of y'all don't know about is we gotta shout out. This was a nerd hero. He's not even a hood hero because I don't think he's a hood dude, but he's a nerd hero. This is a nerd hero right here. So we gotta shout out this young man. I had to make sure I get his name. His code name is Seven. He is a Dutch player. Street Fighter dude?
Yes, he competed in a Street Fighter tournament. Was it at Evo? That's the question. But it was Street Fighter 5, and he won the whole thing, but he was blindfolded. Oh no, actually he was actually blind. Excuse me, he was actually blind. My bad.
He's actually blind.
Yeah, I thought he was blindfolded.
No.
This is an old one. But go ahead. Yeah, he was actually blind.
He wears blindfolds.
Yeah, there was one that wear a blindfold. There's another one that
won.
won. Yeah, so I actually stumbled upon another article of somebody cooking dudes, and he was blind. So that's even crazier. But
the dude who won the event, is he actually blind or does he just wear a blindfold?
Oh my God. We gotta explain this. Please.
I know, that's what I'm sorry. It's two different.
You're talking about crazy.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people with disabilities that play video games.
So this guy's actually blind.
The guy who won the event, right?
Yeah, it's a blind player named Blind Warrior Seven. Oh, it's the same guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the same guy. There we go. So he's won this shit twice. He's won Street Fighter 5 and 6 block. So
he learned the cues, they said. The sound cues. Like,
okay, yeah.
He knows the sound cues and he know, but to think that though means that he knows every
Yo, I'm
character.
about to say something crazy, shit. I don't know if that's OD. I don't want to like. I'm not.
I know the video game side of you was like, that nigga's trash.
Yo, well, that too.
You think that
I know.
until you realize that he has memorized the sound
You know how crazy
of
that
every
is?
character. Not only every character, he knows the difference between when they go huh, like yo, what?
And you can tell by the position and how close they're in. Like how that's like how's that? That's OD.
He also, I mean, he does have when he's cooking, he has the benefit of the controller vibrating, so he knows that he landed joints like combo.
I got him.
But you know what I don't get? This is what I don't get, low key. I get that you got the cues and everything, but when you do a bounce reset, how you know, bro?
I use his memory is crazy.
Yo, he just
how do you know to go from the?
Then that means he must memorize everybody's move, and he knows when he might know when a reset comes.
Yeah.
If a combo stops at a certain time, he's like, all right, he might reset here, doom, and then like go back into his shit.
He's also probably the block master. The king of block, yo.
But he always got block. Yo, stop blocking.
I be knowing.
Yeah, he's just there like, yeah, high low, what's up? Oh, open it, you're done.
So that's what's crazy. He won. So I stumbled upon an old article, ladies and gentlemen, that he won a Street Fighter V tournament about 6 years ago, and now he won the Street Fighter 6 tournament. So just like Ant said, Street Fighter 6 is a recent game, which means my man took the time to learn this game, learn the right moves. Most players do this, obviously, but the fact that he did this, like he said, he got the cues down to go to this tournament and be like, everybody's catching it.
I mean, he does already have. So the thing, some people don't believe it, but I believe it. When you have a disability, you get a superpower. So.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
all your other senses in there.
Yeah. So like you're down one, but like I'm pretty sure his hearing is 50,000 better than ours.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
this is a little footage of him actually cooking.
yeah, he was cooking.
Yeah, he was cooking.
He
He
played
did the special on my hands?
He plays the game like everybody else. What you think? Like,
So here's the $1 million question. Is that is son, nah. I'm sorry. So this
That's disrespect. That's disrespect.
here's the elephant.
Nah.
Yeah, because he was blindfolded too.
no,
That
yeah,
man,
he wears the blindfold.
He's a good sport.
Because I think he
likes
wears,
probably.
no, he wears the blindfold one probably because it helps him like focus more on just the hearing part, but it's also because I honestly feel
maybe
like
that's just his like
some people
maybe
feel
he plays into
uncomfortable.
it. Maybe he leans into it. Like,
Yeah, maybe he does. Like he's a fucking blind warrior.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like he leans into the character.
Yeah,
more.
yeah. It
His
could be
name
that.
is
It could
Blind
be
Warrior.
that too. It could be.
Yeah,
that
so
too.
that could probably that probably adds to his identity, his personality.
I know that
as
some
a
people though, not personally, but I know I've heard of situations where people have gotten uncomfortable. Like
Well,
when
fuck
someone
that, if they
no,
uncomfortable.
not uncomfortable in a bad way, but it's just like when someone blind is in front of you, even though they can't tell, but you stare at them. You're like,
Who stares at him? Why you
like,
staring?
That's what I'm saying. Some people do that. They do.
I know some. Well, I doubt some.
Homie be
people do
look, they be looking over here, and the other person be looking right at them, which is like, I get it.
Stop it. Stop. Just stop it. Stop it now. We're live, yo. We're live. Just stop it.
What?
Yo.
What?
Yo,
All right.
I actually help a couple of blind customers. I love them so much. They're dope.
Let him say face.
Nah. Say what? I didn't say nothing bad, bro. You can't.
No one's not saying that.
I didn't say that you did.
You
I
trying
didn't
to
say
clean
that
it
you
up.
did. It's just, I'm laughing because that's literally what you did. Right after we laughed, you go, yeah, I help a couple black people.
You know what that sounds like?
Yo,
I got black
Yo,
friends.
can I get a lighter?
That's what it sounds like. Yo, you got black friends, you know.
Can I get a lighter?
I got you.
That's a dead lighter.
Oh.
Shit, that's
I'm just struggling over here. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, instigators. Is there a lighter over there?
My bitch playing Zelda, bro. Come on.
Yo, he said he good.
He's like,
Yo,
yo,
give
we
him nothing.
follow
We
him.
only have one lighter? Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, look, there's a torch over here.
He's like, yo, I got one. Yo, does he want you using the torch though?
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
he
use
says
this.
cool. All right, we got the seal of approval. All right, so moving on from that, you didn't say that bad. I'm just laughing.
Nah, forget it.
Great. That's all they see in this episode is a fucking cartoon. So look at this shit. Look, this is all you see in the episode. This is gonna be the best.
He's gonna burn the mic.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't burn the mic.
So anyway, so
That's just crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. So here's the question. This is part one. This is question one. How would you feel if you was in the tournament and you first pulled up and you saw him? Like, what would be your
I'm
thought?
feeling like I'm about to get cooked.
Nah.
You think you're about to get cooked?
Honestly, yeah, because if
Bro,
if that dude is there, that means I was like, all right, bro, this guy gotta be nice, cause no way you showing up just on willy and you in a big competition. Like, come on, I'll be like, all right, so if I play the game, if I'm confident, I'll be like, I can beat him. But then
I know there's
deep
some,
down inside, like, nah, this guy
I know
has
there's
some
some
secret
people-
weapon.
I know there's
Whoop
some
my
people
ass.
that's there like, homie came with C. I'm about to cook it.
That's what I'm thinking. I was waiting to see what I was gonna be like. Hey, listen.
Yeah, that's what they all thought. So
Oh,
they
nah,
clapped the
I've
first
seen
4
enough-
rounds. You're like, oh
I seen
shit.
enough. I seen enough movies and I seen enough anime to tell me that blonde dudes always turn up. And like if they in some competition, like them dudes is nice. Like, come on now.
I know there was a couple.
John Wick.
I know
You
there
saw the fourth one. You saw the last one.
That's right.
The homie that was blonde was killing him. I'm like, you see, those are the top tier fighters.
I know there was a couple people that lost to him, and they whispered to a friend like, "Yo, he's not blind, bro. I swear."
And it's like,
They was
it's like,
salty.
he's like, nah, I saw it.
Nah, I know
You're
that's
not
true.
you're not
He's
blind
like,
in
nah,
there, bro.
Jump
Like, yo,
off.
I'm
Get
watching
out.
the channel all the time, bro.
Oh, those would be the haters. Those would be the
I seen him a
haters.
couple of times.
It's like,
I seen him. I got it on video.
nah.
Yo, that's all you need is that tournament where he just turned up and then somebody like get a little salty and they like, I'm telling you, and they just like,
They took them down.
They take the
I'm
blindfold off,
telling you.
and he has no eyeballs at
Where they
Yo!
Yo.
No eyeballs.
Oh my god, my fault, bro.
Oh,
Now you got nah, you can't do that.
You seen what happened? Yeah, like you said,
Yeah,
you see
John
what
Wick.
happened in John Wick.
that's what I'm saying.
Bro, my bro had the alarm system.
Yeah, that's true.
locked.
He got alarm system on his controller.
Yeah. Yo, real talk. What was he doing though? He was using sound to cook a nigga.
You press X. You press X.
He said, oh, he right
Press
there.
X. I got this nigga. You press X. All right. So then, now that you know that, so then the next question is, so like Ed said, you see him cooking dudes, and you like, oh, this cat is type nice. So you're not gonna hold back when you play him.
Of course not. I'm not holding back anybody
Nah,
that plays me in the tournament.
yeah.
What you mean?
Nah, we in a tournament. I'm not holding nothing back.
Bro, you know how many, you know, right? The world's changed, bro. There's mad disability streamers out here that's cooking.
It's a fact. There's a dude that plays that has that controls. I think he has like no arms, and he plays.
Yeah, he plays with a little mouthpiece.
His
There's
and
multiple
the
mouthpiece
like
players.
that Call of Duty. They
Yeah.
be wildin'.
They play with mouthpieces and blowers. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you fucking
Like,
blowing
how do you
something
do that
to move
shit?
around?
And catching W's.
Catching W's.
You're like, whoa, this
Yeah.
is nice.
You got that one, and then you have now the real disrespectful one. Then they're not always people with disability. It just be people who be trying to test their skill when they play with a flute.
A flute. Oh, like
The
just-
controller's
that's how
a
they
flute?
control- Is it really?
Yeah. Am I lying, Marvin?
They said,
I see what I see.
Yo, they be
That's
playing
all
with a flute. They be playing
it's a
fighting
fucking
games
Green Ranger
with a
calling-
flute.
calling the robot.
With the I'm like, yo, no, that's
Nah,
crazy.
The flute is different. If it was somebody blind, because this was gonna be my last question to y'all. Like, would y'all be cool if y'all lost? But now that you told me the flute, that changes the whole question. Because if you beat me with a flute, we're
First of all, I'm
fighting.
not cool whenever I lose.
I'm
So,
not cool whenever I lose.
I'll probably be a little bit more.
They're gonna be like, I know.
That's crazy.
That would have been crazy.
I would say like I'll just drop it up. I'll just drop it.
Sir, can you get off the stage?
on stage trying to make
Honestly, I just keep it a buck. I keep it a buck. I'll be like, I'm trash. Bro.
them trying to make the nigga flinch. I mean, there's been disrespectful shit.
Nah,
on Twitter
imagine that.
before.
Imagine somebody lost him. They went like that.
Yeah. He's flinching. Like,
It's actually flinch, yo. I be crying. It's like, yo, how you do?
He knew he not Daredevil. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I would have been like, nah. Remember, folks, we're not making fun of this guy. Please don't think we're making fun of
We're
him.
actually enhancing his.
We're
ability.
enhancing his abilities and we're honoring his talents. Let's put it that way.
He definitely cooked.
He won 2 tournaments. Like,
I respect it.
yeah,
I respect anybody with any disability that plays video games or
Yeah.
does anything.
Yeah.
Period. Honestly.
yeah, that's true.
The Olympic sports shit, like any of that stuff, bro. Anything, just going through life as a disability is difficult in itself. But fucking them niggas playing video games though, they are different.
Yeah, that's facts.
I mean, watching those streamers,
Yeah.
I love watching those streamers because they honestly, blow my bro. I be there like, how are they fucking playing this good? I can't play this good with a controller. Like
That's true. We've been trying for years to be just decent enough to go online and get some W's. And they'd be cats with the whole fight stick joint, the whole fight stick setup. And they be getting that work. They be giving people that work. So yeah, he's right. Shout out to those that can, and shout out to the ones who are disabled who can do just as good. Because you legends in your own right. But this man, to win 2 tournaments from the previous game and its sequel, you are definitely a nerd hero, bro.
Does that make him the best Street Fighter player?
For now, at
For
least,
now, yeah.
until they have some tournament and maybe he loses or something. Who knows, you know? But for now, makes him the best Street Fighter. The best Street Fighter. Let's just go with that, no pun intended. Makes him the Street Fighter. Go ahead.
That's bad funny though, because now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, imagine you playing online and you like another ranked character, another ranked player, and you know how you can see the username, so you know his username, and you see he's like, oh shit, it's this dude, and then you get cooked. You're in the crib like, bro, do you know who's on the other side of these sticks?
Cooking me, bro. Cooking me.
He's just sitting in the crib going crazy.
He just stay there like, I may not be able to see, but I can hear, and I can hear you type.
Word, he definitely has the
I
mic.
can hear you type, my nigga.
Shout out to Josh, yo, what up?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, bro. But no, that shit is funny. But yeah, shout out to that man. Shout out to Seven, doing his thing out there, representing and kicking ass, taking names, despite unfortunately
The Blind
being
Warrior.
The Blind Warrior.
Definitely check out his stream channel.
Yeah.
I checked it out. I looked at some of his old footage, and it's dope. Like he's fucking nice. Like,
That's true. And then, because it made me it reminded me. It's not the same thing, but it reminded me. Remember when 106 and Park had those freestyle battles, and there was that dude Blonde Fury, and he was cooking everybody.
Blonde Fury went crazy.
Yeah.
And they had the nerve to try to say he was cheating because he could see the whole time.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything? He was just a good rapper. Like, who cares?
It's like he's partially blind. My man had like 5% vision.
But I was just like, I just kept laughing because that's how bad the hood be getting when they lose. So I was like, imagine a hood dude lost to the 7 dude and he just got bad. I was like, I'm telling you, he seen everything. He seen everything. He seen it. Yo, ask him what E Honda was wearing. Like, just so much. Like the dude's like, what are you talking about, bro? So that's why I was just laughing because it's just like the hood, we just salty about shit. So I just remember those days with Blonde Fury. He was cooking everybody in rap and won. And then dudes was like, nah, I'm telling you, he could see. I shook his hand. He shook my back. And I'm like, come on, bro. I just love the saltiness, man. I just love the saltiness. But we're about to move on to a new type of saltiness. This is a crazy story. So we're getting in the anime field, all you non-anime fans. This is our anime moment. Just this past weekend, we saw the grand debut of Luffy's new latest transformation, known as Gear 5. He has ascended in the same likes as Goku with Ultra Instinct, Naruto with Baryon mode, Baron mode, Ichigo with his holification stuff, all that stuff. He's ascended into greatness.
Hit that mark.
He's hit that mark.
This is it. This is the highest he can go.
For now. Episode 1071 of One Piece premiered this past weekend. To great ratings, great results, a lot of people, but the world obviously was divided. Some saying it was good, some saying it was bad. But one group of people were Attack on Titan fans. I gotta find the name of the guy. He went out of his way to write to a lot of Attack on. He said, "Whoever's Attack on Titan fan, please go on IMDb and give this episode a 1-star rating, and say it was the worst episode of anime you've ever seen in your life."
That's so petty.
I did not know that there was a war between Attack on Titan and One Piece. I did not know.
I didn't know that's a thing.
I didn't know that was a war. I never knew.
Why is that a war? I don't
know.
Like the two different animes, two different eras that they came up in. Like, it's that's weird. I think it's because they doing that shit.
It's because they low key know
they want Attack on Titan to drop and have those type of numbers.
Yeah,
which
they
it probably will, or it might rival it, but because all this drawn out that Attack on Titan's doing, it's like, all right, what are we doing here? Like, why is this not dropping? You're dropping this shit in parts. Like, what are we doing? So I think it's probably a ploy to try to get those numbers for them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're just trying to crush. They're trying to crush One Piece. So that's all. Like, One Piece.
Bro, they don't
because
got the longevity.
But with Gear 5 being dropped, with it being one of the most like anticipated Luffy moves.
Yo, I've been hearing the hype for this.
Yeah,
mad.
What? I've been hearing the hype when I think he was on Gear 3. They was already hyped. They was like, yo, when he get to Gear 6, nigga, what? Well, nah, he's on this Gear.
Was it a manga reader that like that?
Yeah, the manga readers.
Yeah, I know. They be so far
Mark's
ahead.
definitely like, he's like, oh, you don't even know.
You don't even know, bro. You still gotta go through.
You just say Gear 3? Oh, you don't even know what gear my son's up to now.
Bro, he's not even at the bouncing man yet.
So it turns out actually the story is funnier because the guy at first couldn't get other people to join in. So the fan, they're not saying the fan's name, but the fan made 300 separate Gmail accounts so he can go and give episode 1071, 1071 a rating of 1 out of 10. Excuse me.
He had a bot.
100
190%
Gmail accounts.
Fact.
Crazy.
He had a bot.
Trash.
Trash.
He did not go and make 300.
That dude must really hate One Piece.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
But how mad can you be?
I bet you the same person who
Now, you think do you think it's a fan of One Piece or it's just a fan of Attack on Titan?
I'm 100% a fan of Attack on Titan.
No, fan is like a fan.
So you think they don't like One Piece?
So in the anime community, there are a lot of toxic fan bases.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the main ones right now is One Piece, Attack on Titan, My Hero. Well, the main ones,
I don't
Clover.
know why
those
Attack on
four.
Titan would be so like.
Because
they
they
anime,
flop
and
it.
I feel like their fan base.
Because they flop it. They started off heavy. They had the crazy heaviness. Shit was good. And then that shit said, dude.
Who flopping?
Attack on Titan.
No.
Attack on Titan is flopping, bro.
No, it's not. You're bugging.
I hate that shit. That shit
Yeah.
flopping. You tell me.
The only reason why you're saying that
it was good during the whole. Like we already talked about this so many times, bro. We
It's
know
been great.
that it was good up until a certain point.
What point is that?
The Historia joint. It's up until then, and then it got whacked.
You're bugging. So, this is why you're bugging.
This is why you're bugging.
You didn't see the first part. Bro, it has the story in itself. I'm not saying
The
it's
story
One
is
Piece
great.
level, but the complexity of the story and all like the dips and turns around it. So where we're at now, it's a great story and it's also
then it
animated
flopped.
beautifully. It's not flopping. You're bugging. What's the last thing you seen?
Enough for me to realize.
Yeah, you didn't even say that.
Enough for me to realize I don't need to watch it.
Shut up.
Again,
There's certain topics.
I made it all the way up to the desert where they had him like captive and shit like that, and they were doing that whole shit, and then I was just like,
Wait, so like before? Did you get to before the time skip or after?
Before. He hasn't even
Because
got to
remember,
the time
after the
skip
time
yet.
skip is all Mappa. That's when all the animation looks like more crazy and stuff like that.
No, he didn't see that.
Oh,
He didn't see
okay.
He didn't see
when they did. I saw when they did like. I feel
Did you
like
see like that when they're in not LDO? What's the fucking
when they were across the desert to the other side, right? When they were in that weird town where the other people were
Marley?
They found out there was
Marley,
more
yes.
people.
Marley.
There was a whole war.
Did you see the other Titans that they fought with when they went back in time before they transferred over to the island?
Nah, I ain't seen
You see,
that. I don't think maybe I did. I don't know. I saw when they were using them to fight in wars. That's as far as I got.
Yeah, that's it.
That's like okay. So
Yeah,
you
I
got
saw
to the
the-
beginning of like the time skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So that's what happened at the
So
time.
that was like the flashback.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a flashback, right?
Before the Armored Titan and the female Titan
Yeah.
went to there. Like that was their mission before their
And
mission.
homie was throwing Titans out of the back of a plane.
Yeah. That's what you saw up to? That's
Yeah.
what you saw.
Okay. But I can understand because there was a point, like I always said, where the time skip happened. I got confused and I was like, oh, this shit on whack. But then once I took the time to like rewatch the time skip and go, oh man, this was really good. And then to find out that if you watch the old episodes of Attack on Titan, you see that future Eren was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Like all that shit was like, okay, that's pretty genius.
Part? Yeah, so
Yeah.
tell them. You see,
My fault.
You don't tell them.
Anyway,
You're bugging. So this is why you're bugging is because
So-
it is a great story because you
Yeah.
haven't even caught up to like what they're
so
talking
you
about.
saying that his point was valid to crush One Piece?
No,
he's not saying that. He's just going off of what. Oh, I was about to say he's going off what you saying.
No, what were you saying? Like you saying that Attack on Titan's trash.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was trash. I just said it's not. There's fans that want it to be number one so bad, but it's not number one
fans like
material.
This feels like that
It's
for
fans
all
like
anime
that.
they
It's not
love.
number one material.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Those are toxic fan bases. Like people think that My Hero is the best anime ever, or Clover should not. People saw the Clover movie and say, "Yo, go tell." They pulled the wire on them. They was like, "Go tell them we back up."
Go tell them we back
We
up.
back up. And it was like, "Whoa, hold on. It's just a movie." And then a rumor came out that a new season's coming to finish the final arcs. And people went ape shit.
But that would make. I mean, how you make a movie if you're not going to continue the story? Like I feel like this is like to test the waters.
Yeah, to see how people like it.
How
Yeah.
people like it.
So there's that. You know, One Piece. The world is going crazy. People make fun of One Piece.
Alright, so
fans
let's talk
for the
about it.
bad.
Let's talk about this Gear 5 thing. Because who saw it?
We also.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Nah. I saw many clips of it, and I'm gonna stay with my piece about it because I haven't seen the whole thing. The clips that I have seen though, looks like my man is basically going psycho. He just keeps laughing, and now he acts like some Looney Tune character, and he was bugging out.
All right.
That's what I saw, and I was just like, okay, I guess, right?
Let me
just say, Josh, I know you said you never heard of a Toxic JoJo fan. You probably never met one, because I have. But go ahead.
Well, I would say I'll give my review since I'm not a big One Piece fan. I've actually just started back again trying to catch up. I'm doing my due diligence. I do not like One Piece, but for the story's sake, I'm trying to give it a chance. So this episode was pretty hype. So I wanted to see. I love animation, so that's what I really look for. So I wanted to see because I'm like at the beginning of One Piece, so I like to see a transition of where it started to where it's at now. And since One Piece has been out for like forever, over 20 years, it's good to see. I like to see an anime transform like that, and I did want to see what they were gonna give it. I loved it. It looked great. Like it looked just beautiful. How they animated it and things of that nature. Like some of the fight scenes looked alright, but how they just animated it looked good. I'll give it that for sure. Again, I'm not a big One Piece fan, but the one thing I didn't like, but I guess you can explain more about it, is I just didn't like some of how cartoonish it was. It's not like something like, I view cartoons and anime like in different genres. But I get why, from what I've heard from other people now, like, it's paying homage and things of that nature. But I don't know, just me personally, it's like that's cool, but it's not really something I want in my anime. But all in all, I don't really know the whole backstory, but I did just, why I watched it and skipped over, I just wanted to see how it looked. And I will admit, Luffy looks dope, man. The all white, like, how they animated him, and the all white looking, like, it looks dope. So I'll give it that. But, yeah, maybe you can give me more insight. Is this something that you like? Was this an episode that you feel lived up to like the hype? Like, what do you think about that?
Well, before I go, do you have a?
He didn't see the whole thing.
No, I didn't know if he had something to say on the clips that he saw or anything, or is he good?
I mean, I agree with that. I liked how he looked, but like I said already, I felt like the clips that I saw, because maybe I didn't see the whole fight, so maybe I'm seeing it in like portion cut up. I was just like, why is he so like cartoony? Like why is he acting mad, crazy, like he lost his mind? But I get it, like, maybe that's part of the character when he goes Gary.
Oh, I remember what problem I had with it. When he transformed, they played that same clip for like 5 minutes, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like him, he powered up, he turned into his thing, he did some crazy turn, and like, he's like a cartoon one, like you see how. But then they replayed that clip, like the same thing for like the next like 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm like, why am I still seeing the same clip? And like they're talking over it, they're like explaining. But I'm like, damn, bro, like you couldn't add like a little more scene to it. Why are you replaying the clip? Like, whatever, it looked cool, but I'm like, why is this like in a 23-minute episode, 20-minute episode? Like, why are you gonna waste 5 minutes of the same shit?
Right,
Like, you
right,
get what I'm saying?
right.
That was a big gripe. I mean, like, why? Like, it made no sense to me. And it didn't look good because I'm like, wait, did this shit just go backwards? Like, what? I'm confused. So that was one thing I didn't like about the episode in itself. Maybe you understand.
Josh said they hyped up the animation for Gear 5 too much. The animation lacked quality.
Ooh.
Now, Marvin, since you are our One Piece expert, you can now take the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
He said, okay, I'm ready.
oh yeah, because
It's
I'm
like
about to
ready
say
to
it.
defend.
You bring. So, I will say the biggest issue was the hype, because if you're not a One Piece fan like Devin or yourself, or you're not a huge One Piece fan, your mindset is gonna say, "Oh my gosh, I gotta really watch this episode. Everybody's going off about this episode." Then you go home and watch the episode, and you're like, "Oh, this ain't really much, like." It's not what I expected it to be. And you're going to have those same questions. Why is he jumping around? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing the moonwalk in there? You're not going to understand most of what's happening. 1 minute you see a fight that looks kind of regular, and then the next minute you see a dragon getting just slammed down hard, crazy, like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Yes, it is very hard to explain sometimes the mind of Ichiro Oda. I understand that. Even as a One Piece fan, sometimes I sit there and I got to look shit up to get a deeper meaning of where he went with it. But I will say, contrary to what people are saying, it is one of the best episodes of One Piece. Now, the whole showing it off 3 times thing was because what they did was, the first time they showed it was when he just got the power. The second time they showed it was because the Gorosei, which is the higher power of the Marines, like the higher order, were talking about it. So right when they were talking about it, in the same time they were talking about it, they were bringing you right back to where you just left off, which was him just realizing he had the power. And the third and final time, so nobody can stop and go, "Oh, this is bullshit. They played it the third time." Want to know why they played it the third time? Use your anime brain. They went to commercial break. When they came off a commercial break, they always restart from the last scene they just went from. Everybody knows that. That is anime 101. No matter what anime you're watching, every anime does it. It is a fact.
I'm
So
not
he had the
jacking
power?
that. I'm not jacking.
So you say he always had the power? He just didn't know how to use it? And why
No.
No.
Why did the Marines
He's talking
know
about. He's just
it?
talking about a cut. He's talking about a cutscene.
Yeah, it was a
Why-
cutscene that happened.
I know, but why did the Marines know about the power?
It's not that they
it's
not necessarily knew about the power. They just didn't know that he had it and it was awakened.
Yeah.
So that they just realized they didn't know that he was the one that had the fruit.
Yeah.
And
That they've been looking.
That they've been looking for.
Which was
So his fruit was the gum fruit, but they didn't know that that fruit had an untapped potential, which is why Shanks had it in the first place. Shanks was most likely going to give it to them, but he accidentally ate it, and then he just went up to them and was like, whatever. So
you mean Luffy actually?
yeah, Luffy ate the fruit, and then Shanks was going to give it to them.
Okay.
Shanks was gonna be-
So they had to just live with it.
You said it wrong.
And they didn't know that the kid. All right, they didn't know that the kid was gonna be a pirate and do all the damage he was doing to them.
Yeah.
So they just talked about the fact that yo, this nigga wilding over there, and then they came back to him being. So they went the first time to show him with the power. Then the second time they came back to him in real time with the power, saying oh, I have the freedom to do what I want now. This is a new power. This is Gear 5. They go to commercial. They come back. He does it one last time because. Anime just does that. Every anime, when they go to commercial, they come back.
Nah,
It's the same
I know what
scene.
you're saying. But it didn't look like that to me. It was it meant for it to be, because the dialogue was still there. They were still talking over the same clip that kept replaying. They could have added something or keep it on whoever's talking. It just didn't look like it looked bugged out. And I don't for it to say it was a commercial, then they come back. I don't think it was for that.
I hear you, but that's if you're just walking in and you miss the first half of the episode, that's probably what they want you to see. They want you to see that again, and it's the same thing.
I just felt it was a waste. It was a waste of time. Out of a 20-minute episode, you gave me 4 minutes of that.
Also, you gotta understand the hustle too.
The hype 4 minutes.
Yeah.
He fought for 4 minutes.
No, he didn't fight for 4 minutes. He's
Talking
saying
about
that they
the
showed
specific
the specific clip for 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. But
he fought for longer than that.
He cooked though.
He cooked for longer than that.
Did he
However,
kill the dude in the one episode, or does it continue?
Luffy doesn't kill his villains. So also, the power is explained as to just say it was. So his power represents the freedom of liberation. So when you're free, you're loose. You do what you want. When you watch cartoons like Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, nothing has rules. It's all free. That's how a cat could get blown up with a bomb, or
Yeah.
a coyote could fall
I know,
off a
but
cliff
what-
and come back. You know
But
what I'm
the
saying?
problem is that that's not One Piece's animation. So why did they switch it for that one little part?
It actually is. People just never really bothered to pay attention to it because we compare it to the darkness of Attack on Titan or
I
the
don't.
fighting
I'm talking
style.
about just what I've seen in One Piece. When have they used?
Well, you know what? You know what's actually
Lately,
Marv-
they've been getting more crazy with the animations. But let's go back to like when he fights the animal dudes, right? That big fight where he fights like the giraffe, the cheetah, and all that stuff, right?
He only fights the cheetah.
But like when those dudes fight,
okay,
the animation was
Moment
dope
I
on that, but
finally
it wasn't goofy animation.
because when they fight at certain times, that was the animation he chose to go with. Like I said, it's hard to understand the mind of Eiichiro Oda. Go ahead.
I finally get it, Marv.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what Oda's doing. And I think you said this before. Oda really likes cartoons. Like, I would assume he's had interest in cartoons and Looney Tunes before, right? Has he talked about that ever? Or?
Kind of, sort of.
Because I would feel like all his characters that he draws in One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually see some similarity to cartoon characters.
Right.
So that actually makes sense now that he would do an episode like this with Luffy.
I mean, I
Going full cartoon. Because he probably, like, I think you did say this, that he pays homage to, it's kind of like paying homage to, you know, that era of cartoons.
Mm.
He does make Luffy laugh all the time. Like Luffy honestly be laughing like mad loud, and the most of the time in all the serious moments. So like him acting crazy, but trying to show like it's not crazy, but like just showing that he's so comfortable that he doesn't really care. Like that was normal. It was that he went full like Looney Tune mode for this one, which I mean it was cool. Like I get it, but I just didn't.
So I think my question is, were you happy with it?
Yeah, because I read, but also I read the manga.
Yeah,
So reading the manga kind of saves me. It doesn't shield me, but it kind of saves me the trouble of knowing what I was about to get into. But at the end of the
I
day,
got one question too. Go ahead.
a small spoiler: he's not gonna keep being like this
I
going
know.
forward.
I
It's
know.
just what people don't like. When he first got Gear Second, he kind of went a little crazy with it, but he understood what he was doing. He first got Gear Second in a movie, and he didn't even realize it. It was the first time he learned how to repel his rubber. So it was like he didn't realize it. And when he first got Gear 3, every time he turned big, he turned small because he's a balloon.
Yeah.
Same thing with Gear 4. He needed 10 minutes to rest. So every time he learns how to use his power, you're not going to see the same thing.
Yeah, but so I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
Question one is, does he use Gear 5 often after this, or like this is like a one-time thing on some like, you know, how Dragon Ball Z
It's the same thing as every other gear. Once he gets the hang of it, it gets used often. So in the next arc, he uses it again. And you both guys went with me to see the movie. That's where you guys first saw it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and you
yeah,
saw it. He
but
didn't go crazy then.
He didn't. But they didn't show him use it at all. They just showed you him floating.
So this
No, he turned and he did an attack.
So the movie was before
He
this,
turned and
right?
he did an attack. The movie is after.
This is
Because
after
he already
this?
got the power. Yeah, the movie takes place after.
Yeah, it's after. He
It's
already
after.
has the power.
He already has the
That's
power.
why. That's why they didn't show too much
Yeah.
in the movie because they were saving it for the.
And that's why
But
Cats
they
was
wanted
mad
you.
at that movie.
That's why cats were mad at the movie because their first glimpse of him was actually that little
With
back.
a little clip.
Yeah.
I'm out.
But what I was gonna say though is why did they bring a gear so dope out for? So I thought like I don't know. Does the dragon become a person to fight or he was just a dragon?
He's a hybrid. Yeah.
Alright.
He's like the cheetah guy. So you know how the cheetah guy, but it did for him. He either morph into a half dragon man or a full dragon. Now, also what people gotta realize too is the commercials that you've seen never said get ready to see Gear 5th in action in a fight. They just said Gear 5th is revealed. So if you're mad that you saw 20 minutes of a guy turning, man, well, that's on you. Because they never said on the commercials, hey, get ready to watch this guy fight in Gear 5th. They just said, hey.
Did they say that about, get ready to watch Ultra Instinct fight?
Actually, there was never a commercial for Ultra Instinct fight.
No,
You just
okay.
kind of watched it. But if y'all really want to play that game, don't forget that same guy took 10 years in America just for his hair to go blonde. And when it did go blonde, he barely really fought Frieza. So let's think about that for a second.
Sure.
I'm sorry, we gotta call it for what it is.
There's only one version of Goku that we don't see a lot, and that's Super Saiyan 3. Other than that, the other ones he be pulling them shits out.
Yeah, because it got no eyebrows. They had to admit they fucked up the animation.
Nah,
so
bro.
like, we're not gonna
long
keep this
hair, goat suit.
I always thought they fucked. I was like, that was never the intention.
That was a good
Josh,
one.
you want to hear the drums of liberation? Go watch Arlong Park. It starts there. That was the foreshadowing. We never realized it until then.
Did you see the thing I posted the other day about how you can speed through One Piece with the
One Piece. Yeah.
One Pace? That was, and it said it shaved it down. It was like a bunch of like long clips that just mattered. They were like 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, and then it goes into 1 4-hour clip. So, but yeah, they that was one. That was one. It was called One Pace. I don't know where you can find it. I think it was.
You gotta just look. You gotta look it up on. They have its own website. You guys just gotta find it. But I think you need some some special shit though to watch it. I'm not 100% sure.
If you guys really want to catch up, just do a little research and hit up that One Pace.
I went to the website. I didn't try it.
Yeah, but it was legit though. I looked
I
legit.
believe.
I didn't try it. It looked legit.
Because
I read up on it and there was people that said that it was legit.
Because honestly, over some of the episodes I watched of One Piece, I'm like, I feel like they're dragging this out a little bit.
Well,
Like,
pacing has always been their problem.
I mean, I jumped into it when they killed Ace, and I did the super speed mode. I just fucking was like, yeah.
Just jump to Ace's
Just-
death.
No.
That's the climax of part 1.
I literally, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I jumped into it for one reason and one reason only, and I always admit it. It's because Whitebeard bended somebody's face into the ground, and I was just like, I need to know why. At first, I watched the fight, and then I was like, I need to know why a man would do this in the animation. I need to go back. I need to know more. Like,
I'm not gonna front. Our friend Lewis from the Jiu-Jitsu Lounge podcast, he's not a huge One Piece fan. Like he doesn't have any ill will towards it, but it's just not for him, and that's fine. But I did show him that same fight in Whitebeard versus Akainu when Akainu got his head just pound like right to the ground, just
and they drew an
and Lewis sat there
animation
was
of
like,
an oval.
that was his whole face. He was like, "Oh my nigga." But yeah, you're right. All that stuff. But again, I don't. If you don't like the episode, that's fine. Whatever. But I just feel like it's just the mantra of what One Piece is. It's just at the end of the day, it's a testament to what One Piece is. It's a show that there's always a reason for somebody to not like something. There's always a reason. There's always. We can list them all the time. We've listed them all on this show millions of times. And that's your reason, whatever. I'm not going to say it's an excuse. But I am going to say this episode was one of their best episodes. We got spoiled with a Zoro fight that broke the internet. We got spoiled with the Sanji fight that was amazing. We even got spoiled with the light dash of a Jinbei fight and Frankie running over somebody with a motorcycle. And then there was the Law and Kid fight. So we got spoiled with stuff. And then when you got this, you expected, I guess, some like movie quality thing. I knew what I was getting into when I read it.
Your main character, yeah, why not?
Also, One Piece fans read up on shit. So we read that we were getting some guy that did Looney Tunes cartoons because we knew what we read in the manga. So we knew, just wait. You're going to see a lot of more violent shit. You're going to see a man get used as a jump rope, Luffy doing all types of attacks. And then after Wano, let's not forget that. Also, no shout out to One Piece because they did an ending, their first ending in 17 years, which I got to give them props for. But the ending basically tells you what happens after Wano. And you're kind of like, wait, you just gonna spoil it for everybody? Like, all right, I guess, cool. But be that as it may, like I said, this episode to me was one of the best episodes. It's a reason there's a guy making 300 email accounts to try to destroy this episode because it was good. It was a good episode.
It probably went high. It probably got a crazy amount of views.
It probably did.
Yeah.
It probably did. But the world, I love it. I love the content I'm seeing. I love the people who are against it. I love the people who are for it. I think it is just the best stuff. Okay. I love the fact that there's a person saying that somebody's fight was better than a guy's transformation, which is just an absurd comment, but that's his comment. So that's what I'm saying. The world is going to be divided. Shout out to Josh for even watching the One Piece show.
I
And our show.
heard mixed reviews from certain people, like some One Piece fans that loved it, some people One Piece fans that didn't really like it like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's gonna happen every.
That's what I said. It's always,
Remember, One Piece just started.
So,
like I said, it's always going to be, you
that's
know,
episodes of Phyllis.
when you're one of the tops in the game, it's always going to be there.
Hey.
I'm sure people say things about AOT and Naruto.
Oh, sure, all the time.
You've seen it. Once
Well,
Boruto came out, niggas lost their damn minds.
You know,
So,
like they say, like you ain't popping if you got no haters.
you got no haters. That's right. So that's right. So anyway, we're gonna cap it here. We appreciate everybody that was watching on the Instagram Live for this week. We appreciate everybody that was listening to us on Spotify and all other podcast streaming platforms and watching us on YouTube all the time. We appreciate all of y'all. We'll have Anime and Rap intros coming back next week on our social media accounts. Make sure you go follow us on social media. That is at NERDZINTHEHOOD. Check us out. We are doing big things all the time.